Hi. So, I just recorded this whole video before this, and then I decided why not just split it into two videos. So I'm now recording the intro to this video because it takes off from my previous video, because my previous video is going to be so stupidly long as usual. So let's just, yeah, that's where we're at. So I'm just going to pick up from here, and here we go on to our video. Yeah, let's just go ahead and talk about some projects that I've been working on, because why not? So of course I've been doing a lot of crochet stuff. Here's a granny square that I'm currently working on. I got several I can't remember. Wait, that's not reaching. I may have been working on these. I've worked on these and made these in one of my I don't even know. In like my previous video, I guess. I don't remember. I really don't remember. But yeah, I got two big granny squares, and then I got 4 smaller ones that match. And then I decided, why not try the reverse to see if I like the reverse of the color scheme of the granny square. So I was like, well, why not start making the big ones too? So I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with these. I was thinking maybe a top of some sort. Like, this could be the front, this could be the back. I could have 2 on each side, and then I don't know, maybe a little like connect them going around the top and bottom somehow. Like have like a big like tubular thing, like a big tube top sort of thing with like the straps, just make strap. I don't know. And then I got thinking maybe I could make 2 more big ones like this and stack them up and have 2 on this side, 2 on that side, and then have I guess I'd need to make like 6 more of them and have 4 like as the back, and then make some more of these. So that way I could have like an open, loose cardigan, and with the sleeves and whatnot. I don't know. I don't know. Or maybe I can mix and match and make them all into one big cardigan. I don't know. Oh, geez. There's so many things you can really do with granny squares, but that was just a couple ideas I had. And then I also saw this really easy crescent shawl. I've been wanting to make a crescent shawl, and this is knitted. And I saw this pattern, and it was so basic, so easy. And I started making on it because I have that one skein of yarn. I have a video from maybe like a year, maybe 2 years ago at this point, where I think it's even like the thumbnail for the video. I'm like holding it up, and it's this skein of yarn, and I wasn't liking the way that one was turning out, so I frogged it, and I was like, oh well, I'll just try making this shawl with it and see if I like it, because again, I want a crescent shawl. But I was thinking, like, as I was working on my needles, it looked a lot like is it longer or deeper, where it's like, I'll just say longer for the sake of it, where it has like more like height to it for the body. But the way it worked up in actuality is that it worked up super wide and more shallow. And I just, it actually looks better on camera from what I can tell. I haven't woven in the ends yet because I was kind of like, do I even want to keep it like this? But to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of this colorway. Like, again, it looks so much better on camera. Wait, what is? Yeah, okay. I thought I saw something on there. Other than the end. But I don't know. I need to get my mannequin out and like style it on my mannequin, see? Because like when I like what I like about shawls a lot of times, I like the shawls that are like deeper or longer, whatnot, because like they're more versatile. And this, I guess, is more like a shawlette. This is more like a scarf. That's how it turned. Like, to me, it'd be more functional as a scarf rather than a shawl, because I like shawls can wrap around your whole back and over whatnot. It's got tangled up in it. So I don't know. Maybe I can try to sell it. Like, I wonder if anybody would actually want to buy it. Like, if it was advertised more like a shawlette and a scarf. I mean, it's really wide, and that's a again, like why I say like a scarf, because I can't really use it for like, or I can't really style it the way that I had in mind to style it, because it's so like wide. And I know that's something to do with like adding yarn overs to it. I just followed a simple tutorial, and it's like only 2 rows to the whole thing, but like that you just repeat over and over, and it like builds up. But I didn't realize it was just gonna grow like the arm, what I call the arms of the shawl. These ends were gonna grow as long as they did, as opposed to as tall, as high, whatever, deep as, yeah. Which would have been better. Which I actually got this other one that I'm working on, and I don't remember if I showed this in that last video or not. But this is just like a simple feather and fan shawl. I think I did, because I feel like I talked about what it's called, like it's a the feather and fan pattern. The bird is a paradise shawl. This is just my lifeline I got hanging there. But I took it up. I put it on the lifeline to see how it was turning out, and again, it wasn't as deep or as tall as I wanted it. And I'm getting kind of close to my first skein, and I was kind of considering quitting with this, but I want it to be like have more height to it. So I've got this, my second skein of this, that I think I'm gonna dip into and see, you know, just kind of check it out as I go. After I start this one, I'm just kind of gonna keep an eye on it and see how that turns out and whatnot. So yeah, another knitting project too. I think I just ruined it. That's okay. I was thinking about frogging this thing anyway, because I messed it up. Yeah, I just messed it. That's okay. Like I said, I think I'm gonna frog it anyway and try something else. But there's this girl. I've gotten into TikTok, by the way. There's this girl that I watch who does these get ready with me's, and she, a lot of times, she'll put on sorry, as like underneath a lot of her clothes, or as like her base layer, these lace bodysuits or cat suits that that the Fenty Savage thing, Rihanna's like intimate line that she's gotten from there, and they're really cool. Like, I love the design of them, the look of them. Like, they'll have like cutouts, like some of them be like with, you know, like with one sleeve, and then, or they'll have like cutouts where like it'll cut out like on the side and dip in and whatnot. So I was thinking, oh, that'd be cool if I like made my own like lace top, and where I have it like or something solid. Oh darn. I don't know if this helps or not, but to kind of see what I was trying to do with it. But it basically made my own like lace top version. Yeah, I think I was trying to think if I talked about this last shawl thing I showed. I think I did talk about that in another video, because I remember talking about grungy knitting, because that's kind of like what I'm going for. It's like what I call grungy knitting, like make like one of my little grungy knitting tops, but with like a lace pattern. And I found a lace pattern I liked, so I started working on it, and somewhere I messed up on something, and I couldn't figure out. It was one stitch that I messed up on, and I can't figure. I went back several times trying to fix it, and I just got so fed up. Like, I'm not liking the way it's working up anyway, and I think I'm going to frog it and try something different, or else use a different yarn. I'm thinking about remaking it with like this, because I mean, this is just from a frog sweater. But yeah, anyway, I've actually used, it was from an old frog sweater, which was from a previous project. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna make these videos super long, but I want to talk. I want to talk. So I was just talking about this. So this was left over from another project I did. One of my first shawls I made. At least I think it was one of my first. Yeah, it was one of my first shawls I ever made. So I recently came across one of the first shawls I ever made, which this shawl I found through Ravelry, most of my projects, like patterns that I go by, come through, like, I find them through Ravelry's database. And when I found this one, it was through, there's this website called Knitting. It's like an online knitting magazine, and like it comes out, like, it used to be 4 times a year, and now I think it's twice a year, maybe 3 times. I don't know if it's still 4 times, but anyway, it's like an online magazine, and they have projects for each, they do it by the season, or it used to be by the season, so they have projects for every season. So a lot of my earlier projects especially were from Knitty. Like, there's just something, like, the people who design the patterns for Knitty, or that Knitty uses, I just, like, they're great. Like, I love them. So this was the Shipwreck Shawl, and I remember when I made this, I made it smaller than what it was supposed to be. Like, I didn't knit as many rounds to it because I just got tired of it. I just wanted to be done with it. I think it took me over a year total, not consistently working on it, but just, you know, working on it when I felt like it, and I'd binge work on it. But yeah, it took a long time for me to complete. But it is this round shawl, which is like tablecloth, like a little tablecloth size. But I know you can't really see the details of it. But yeah, so had gotten a thrift store sweater, and I was like, oh, that would be perfect for this. So that's what I made with it. I made this with it, and this was just the leftover. Sorry. And so I was like, oh, I can make my little top, lacy top thing that I can wear, like, layered with other pieces. Again, like, I'm not sure, like, if I'm liking this. Like, especially the way the yarn is. I mean, I like the color of this for the purpose, but this is, like, I mean, I could unply it, but it's just gonna be a huge pain to make it thinner. But this is thinner. Well, this is like, yeah, this is like half of what that is, and whatever. Anyway, I'm not even gonna explain it. I got some stuff going on here. That's a whole other issue, where it's double stranded. But yeah, I like this weight of yarn for what I have in mind better. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just go find another thrift store sweater that's in a color like this that would have thin yarn to make that nice lacy drape to it. I've got so many ideas in my head anyway, and also this was from another thrift store sweater, and this of course was another pattern I found on Ravelry. But this is another shawl I made. This was just a little shawl, and I remember making this one because this was one that I made for my mom's birthday, and I thought I was being smart by working on it a month in advance. But I think I was in school at the time. I'm pretty sure I was in school, and if that's the case, then it was just, or maybe this was when I was working. I don't know. Anyway, I know it had to be during a time where I was either at school and working and didn't have as much time to work on it as I thought I did or would. So that's why I started a month early, thinking, oh, I'll be okay. And then things, you know, things happen. But it's the Birch leaf shawl, I believe. Birch leaf, I believe that's what it's called, that I found on Ravelry, because it was a really easy pattern. And it was like one where it didn't matter how much yarn you had, you could just keep working on it till it was whatever length. You didn't have to have a designated amount of yarn. I mean, you could just, like, if you felt like you were running out, you could just stop whenever, and, you know, it may be smaller, but whatever. Yeah, and I added little seed beads to it as I was making it, or I guess I added them too. I can't remember if I threaded. I don't know if you can see any of them. They're just kind of spaced out on the leaves. But yeah, it was something I made for her birthday, and I know it got right down to the day before her birthday until I finished it. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. I don't know, I may be at the same place with this one I was last time, but this is that little Raglan top down sweater thing. It's just kind of been on hiatus. The other thing that I was working on that tunic top. It's been on hiatus. I'm not even sure I want to continue with that one. I'm still thinking about it. I may frog some of it and redo. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, it's pretty, but I don't know if I want to continue making a tunic top or what. So, if I'm not sure, they're just staying in limbo. So, oh yeah. Oh, I know what it was. Yeah, so I'm working on another knit crescent shawl. It's a really simple, very simple lace pattern, and I'm not even sure. It just, I don't know, maybe holding it up against my hoodie here kind of help. But it's just like a little diamond pattern to it. Yeah, so I'm not really feeling it at the moment. I started this like 2 weeks ago, and I worked on it for a few nights, but then I've got hairs all over the place. I'm shedding like crazy, but I haven't really felt it. Like, I've been like more into my other projects, and like I've even been like sketching out projects I want to make, and so I don't know. I've got like crafter ADD for the extreme. I've got so many projects and so many ideas that I want to work on, and like I know I'm just like I can't do it all at once. I want to do it all at once, but I know I cannot physically do it all at once. So, and then just ideas keep coming and coming and coming. I'm like, oh my gosh. And so I got so much randomness going on. That's why everything's kind of behind me like this. I don't even care anymore. It just, I don't know. I've even got like these beads out because I've been like going through them. And like I'm like thinking of jewelry projects. I'm like, do I really need to be thinking of jewelry projects to make right now? Because I mean, I already got my little self overwhelmed with all these other projects, not to mention the painting projects I want to do. Oh my gosh, that's yeah. So okay, I'm just gonna stop this right here because I can keep going and going, and this is gonna be just, I'm looking at old projects. I'm like, do I want to show those? I'm like, no, let's not show them because let's just end it here. So anyway, I hope everybody's doing well, and thank you for watching.